and welcome back to Top Dogs, and today's subject is going to be about stereotypes. My name is FictionBoi.
I'm Whiplash Wolf.
Good morning, my name is Andres and
Bikendi.
Yeah, how's everybody doing? You guys ready for Christmas?
Yeah, I'm doing fantastic.
Absolutely.
Listen, I still work time and a half, I'm ready.
Time and a half, huh?
Okay. Okay, so there is many stereotypes about many things, whether it's regarded to people's beliefs, you know, especially religion, politics, even race, stuff like that. So I'm going to ask you guys, what springs to mind when you hear the word stereotype? Let's start with Andreas.
Okay, first off, why pop off with me, a gay Latino that has to be a drag queen and a furry about stereotypes? Tell you.
I wasn't considering that.
I'm just trying to make you fat. So stereotypes for is basically kind of like living up, or not. I want to say, but like you know how like
hold on, Andreas.
Andreas.
Fix your mic. I'll just start with Whiplash. We'll just do it with Whiplash real quick, okay? Just real quick. I'm sorry.
How about we stereotype your
right
mic? Even though I have one, mine doesn't sound that bad, Andreas.
Fine, I will switch microphones.
All right, go ahead.
To me is usually
How dare? Fine.
People will collide a group of people into one like subject matter, like furries. They think furries are. But okay, let's think about this. Like World of Warcraft people, since technically World of Warcraft's been around for a long time. Usually, if you think of World of Warcraft player, you don't think of someone who may be, you know, skinny, fit, maybe makes a lot of money, blah, 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 all that stuff. You think of someone who sits in their mom's basement, has a neck beard, and weighs like, looks like that guy off the World of Warcraft episode on South Park.
South Park, yeah.
That's usually what people would stereotype World of Warcraft character or person as. And to me, stereotypes are just based off a community of people that people like to collide with each other. And furries, I'm not going to say, but they think, people who don't really know the furry fandom thinks we like doing things,
I know what you mean.
to say the least. Yeah. They think we like doing things animals, and no, that's not the question in case with us.
But anyways... I wanted to point out one thing real quick. So yes, we do have some new art, and it is of Stream ArcaDad. Now, speaking of Stream ArcaDad, he is not with us today because he is doing a drama class right now. So he will be back next week. And as you guys can tell, there is more decorations in the background as well. Continue on.
Gotta get the spirits rolling. Gotta get the spirits.
Spirits and wine?
Are you ready for Christmas? Spirits and wine. You know what? I plan on being drunk on Christmas. I don't know about you. I plan on being
with
my
eggnog
friends.
and your whiskey.
Yeah, whiskey for sure.
Of course you're gonna.
Tequila sunrise.
I mean, I'm just gonna. That's my thing of my bestie. That's my drink of joy. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I get excited. I get excited. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we're gonna go buy some stuff before then. So.
Okay, Bikendi, what do you think? If you need me to repeat the question, I can.
Okay,
go ahead.
When I think of stereotypes, it can be either a good or a negative thing. You have people that get stereotyped as hardworking. You have your groups that get stereotyped as being intelligent, as being, you know, research savvy, being forthcoming. You have also your star signs, things of that nature. And there's negative stereotypes as well. We've seen it in the news. And it can go both ways. Generally, though, a stereotype is how we group a group of people together based on how we believe they're going to act.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's actually a pretty good answer. I like that one.
It is.
I got a lot. That was actually a pretty good answer.
Okay, so not
Wow.
being like true. I mean, in a positive light, how people like to say that. Actually, no, I won't go there. I won't go there. But it's based off like Andres' ethnicity. Like, there's a lot of, let's say, Southerners, because I live down here. They like to make fun of Latino people, but honestly, they're probably the most hardest working people in existence.
They honestly are.
They really are. Yes, Andres,
So I'm
pointing your
gonna cut you
finger
off.
at me.
Yes.
So I'm gonna cut you off.
Go
there.
ahead, Andres.
So I'm gonna bounce off where it's yes, group it like basically like the summarizing of grouping a whole bunch of people into one and it just having like one idea for said person. I go by a lot of them. Mexicans, yes, do have that stereotype of once they're over here, they're very hardworking, they're very this, very that, very yada yada yada. I'm not Mexican, in case you need to know. I'm Chilean, and the stereotype with Chilean men is very different, which is so lazy, do not want to do anything, will just be like, oh, just have all the women do all the hard work because, you know, oh, I'm tired from going to like my 9 to 5 of not really doing anything. Oh, I don't want to cook, I don't want to clean, I don't want to yada yada yada. I know I'm sounding a lot like myself right now, but it's very that, but it's like worse when it comes to Chilean men, which is why I'm like, yes, like certain Latino ethnicities, specifically Mexicans, do have that. However, I hate my ethnicity when it comes to the men, which is why I try to break that with being a workaholic.
Yeah, that's why you're a woman.
But when it comes to something that me and Whiplash can relate to, yeah, we're obviously white men, and sometimes we get the stereotype, especially being from the South, having to do something with their cousins.
I say that's Mississippi. I'm not going
Here
to
as
sit here and lie. I've been to Mississippi before. Deep
And
Mississippi,
also
by the
the
way.
thing. And the thing is that we also had to deal with the fact that some people of our like people assume that with people like, since you and I are both white, that we are spoiled and we like to sue people if we don't get our way. But the thing is, there is some truth to that.
Yeah,
Well, not
there's
us.
more too.
Not us.
I was about to say.
But
Yeah.
anyways, but that's where the next question comes in. And since I already brought it up, so what stereotype, like when you hear the word stereotypes, like where the, can't speak. So like,
Just let it
where
roll
do, I know, I just,
Out with
my
it,
tongue got twisted there.
Just right out with it. Just right out with it.
Come on, out with it, pup.
I don't think you guys can tell, but I'm moving my tongue. But here we go. Where do stereotypes come from, in your opinion?
God, that's a good question. Where did it come from? I feel like one person sees one person, and that one person, especially in today's technological world, I feel like someone just makes a meme of that, and depending if it takes off or not, and people just like start rolling with it pretty much. Like how all COD players are racist, because to be fair, back in the day, COD it was their slurs were thrown around like Pokeballs. That's how it was.
Yeah, some of those lobbies got a little spicy, shall we say, with the colorful language they were using.
If we're going to stay on the subject of the gaming of certain communities, I would say, and this is just what I've experienced, especially with shooter games, I can say that with many of them that I've seen, Overwatch, sweaty players, extremely sweaty players, don't want to do anything else but that. Battlefield players, they are really quiet. Nobody really talks on those games. 3.
As a Battlefield player.
by fiction.
He's scared. He's scared now. I started talking. So as a Battlefield player, I've seen both the quiet side, and then I've also seen the side where you have players complimenting other players on their performance or how they're benefiting the team. So it does go both ways. I mean, honestly, the same.
I honestly even complimented many players when I played Battlefield 4. I always said good game to them, and they always
yeah.
And the Fortnite,
the in-game's always good game, and complimenting even just small actions that are beneficial.
Yes. Fortnite players or something else too.
Damn,
The
I
little
have Moderator
kids.
too, but I hadn't even played it yet. I bought that game before it even came out, and I haven't even touched it. This is
What,
just $90. No, Modern Warfare 2, the new one. Like, it's been sitting in my game library for like past month and a half, and I haven't touched it. Getting dusty.
On the subject of where the stereotypes come from, it's more of a it's there for a reason, correct? Like, if you think about it, nobody just makes something like that up. It comes from consistency.
Yeah,
I feel it comes from repeated observations of a certain group of individuals. Doesn't matter ethnicity, gender, game that you're playing, social group or niche that you're in. It comes from a repeated observation from multiple individuals.
Yes, speaking of
That's
those individuals and groups, it will be more about, like, it comes from your family too, based on how you were raised. And they keep spreading that same thing, and that's where that stereotype keeps consistently popping up based on your behaviors, the routines that you did with your family, and I believe that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
Okay, look, I would agree with that, but once again, I'm going back to the furry fandom. How a lot of people who don't know anything about the furry fandom will see a furry and automatically think that they have relations with animals, and that's just not like pure example, but that's what a lot of people think when they think of the furry fandom. Like, a lot of people don't think that. Then you have the ones who are like against us just think that immediately.
Yeah,
Because I don't know, it's not like there's not people like in the furry fandom consistently that are out there saying, you know, that they're one of those people, which don't be one of those people. But it's the fact that they are out there, but they're not as known to just go out there and do stuff randomly. Like, there are some people who have talked out about it, and we don't talk about her, to be honest. Yeah,
we don't
I'm
talk
free
about that. But
There's
anyways,
many things that happen
but
behind the scenes.
Yeah, very much so.
But you do bring up an
you don't
interesting
wanna know
thing. But you do bring up something interesting. You know, how about the stereotype that people would say that with animals and stuff like that? You see, I've watched a lot of TikTok videos, and I've seen animal videos all the time, especially ones that are very suspicious. Like, really? The thing is though, if you ever seen videos of some very popular TikTok creators, and they see there was this guy that saw a video of a fish, and you know how their mouth is and stuff like that, and then you see normal people go into the lake, and he's literally has a peanut butter jar, and you can see where this is going. And then you hear people in the comments, normal people, by the way, normal people saying, like, you know, hey, hear me out for a moment. And yeah, you guys are saying that we do that.
There's a good quote for this.
Yeah.
Those in glass houses should not cast the first stone.
That is a good
That's
thing.
very true. It's very true. But yeah, it is. It's funny because they'll say that, and then they'll see a furry, and then either like one of three things. Either they'll say full fursuit, stuff like that, which is great. They will accuse us of doing animal relations, or they'll call us fatherless, which is common.
Yeah,
Because no one else knows how to say anything else. Yeah, it doesn't bother me anymore at this point. I just if they're gonna come into my comment section, at least bring something more creative when it comes to insults. Because I've heard the same like 10 things over and over again that it's like,
See, on my lives, I'll engage them. I'll start asking them like what their favorite ice cream is, what their favorite cookie is, and it's surprising how often they'll actually engage back and find out they actually enjoy the content. And then at least there's a positive interaction there. If they don't, then to the block list with you to go away. But I agree. I prefer to see some creativity, even if it's being negative towards an individual. At least they're thinking.
You know what, Andres? This is usually where you would step in because you're very creative when it comes to things like this. I'm putting you on the spot today.
I'm actually trying my best to not just blurt out and just don't do your little puppy eyes like that with me.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. Cállate.
Hey, look, you're both huskies, all right?
Oh, trust.
Just pay attention.
Oh, trust, no. There have been so many times where people listen. The fatherless thing, yes, it's come, it's go. It's true with me, yeah, but you could say something a little bit more creative. No, it's the whole entire thing. Kind of looping back into it, just making a huge U-turn real quick. Is more so obviously. Having stereotypes got to derive from somewhere. In today's system, it's more so driven through like social media. So back then, because stereotypes have been throughout time, basically, stereotypes have existed for a hot amount of time. So it has to, go back to some sort of storytelling of being like,
Yes.
oh, this person kind of came up to me and yada, yada, yada. And then from there, it just evolved and evolved. In today's settings, it's social media. In the case of furries, oh, you like to have a little bit of with some animals. Not the case.
Oh my god, the way you say it.
In the case of
Very well
listen.
practiced. It's very well practiced.
There's a reason why I'm not the host, and it's that first word right there. But basically, in the furry situation, it's like, oh, you do things with animals. No, we don't. In the case of, the LGBT, specifically, like being a gay man, oh, you gotta be so feminine. You gotta be so. Why is my alarm going off? How dare you?
So
In the case of gay men, you just have to be like super feminine, going, yes, period, purr.
I'm actually gonna top on that.
Not always the case.
So I work a very physical field in a skilled trade. I'm a fire suppression inspector. And the amount of surprise reactions I get whenever I mention my boyfriend or my partner or anything like that is honestly astounding. Because there is that stereotype of, oh, you are this, you must act this way, look this way, talk this way. Obviously, I don't have the very feminine voice. I definitely don't look that way. And it's kind of disheartening. But at the same time, it's also kind of enlightening and to be that mold breaker and to, enlighten people that, hey, it's not everything that you perceive it to be.
Okay. I would say this.
It's very true.
That is very good. All right. So now we're going to start this time. And this time I'm going to give Andres I'm going to put the spotlight on him because he's usually so good at the spotlight stuff. So here we go.
I'm always needed in the spotlight.
Okay. So since you are considered, like, what's the word I'm looking for?
The walking
minority?
stereotype.
No, the minority, right?
Okay.
You are technically classified as the minorities, right?
I'm definitely in the minority here.
Okay.
I mean,
You know what I mean.
No comment.
Sorry, just trying to stir the pot. Go on.
I know you are. That's how you are. But what stereotype do you get the most?
Oh,
Is there any truth to it? At least when it comes to you.
Let me see here. There's quite a bit. There's quite a few for me. Honestly, the biggest stereotype for me specifically, because I am the way that I am. I basically am like I said, I am the walking stereotype. Everyone, the way that I perceive myself, the way that that I kind of dress sometimes, the way that I act, all that kind of stuff. They're like, "Oh, you're hella gay." It's just like, "Oh, you're gay. You're bottom. You're everything." And I was like, "Yes, and yes. So what?" That's the thing with me. I am like I'm the walking stereotype, but I take the walking stereotype with pride. Where it's like, "Yes, I do exist. What are you going to do about it?"
You accept the fact that
so
who you are. I mean,
Yeah,
you don't
very
need to
much
be
so.
so insecure about it. It's more like the people that point out these things that I'm just going to say this right now. The people that point out these things to you is usually a reflection on them.
Mhm.
Majority of the time.
Indeed.
Especially like when, there is, I can get my body. So I'll give you an example, and this is a fact. So as some of you may not know, I'm going to get very personal. This has to do with Coltyn. This was before he was a furry. He's giving me that look.
Like,
He
what you
used
doing?
Good
to.
morning.
He used to judge furries, and he turned out to be one of them.
I've seen it more often than not, and I'm gonna prod a little bit of fun. Usually they're a blue dog.
The blue dog.
To be fair, I
Yep.
feel like before the COVID
Damn.
happened, like, because honestly, COVID helped people become furries. They probably had some downtime, and they just discovered our community was cute and all that stuff, and they just kind of got sucked into it like a black hole. To be fair, back in the day, I used to make fun of bronies, and then I became one because I actually watched the show. Used to be one, not anymore.
Mhm.
But I do kind of find it how there's like some bronies who deny being a furry, even though it's technically the same thing. It's still a colorful pastel horse. You're
So
still
on
liking an animal.
On that, were you making fun of them because of a stereotype, or just because it was something unknown to you?
It was probably more likely just something unknown to me, and I still saw it as just like a kid's girl show at the time. And then I gave it a watch. I was like, wow, actually, you know what? For a kid show, it's actually not too bad. It's actually got a lot of depth into it, which is surprising.
Okay, I got this one. This is more like a general, broad thing since we are biologically males. So when we think of male stereotypes, the first thing that comes to my mind is that, oh, men are not supposed to show their feelings because it's a sign of weakness.
Yep. Don't cry. Both supposed to be the breadwinner.
I guess I can change into it,
Just-
though, her, since...
Okay, fair
Commission
enough.
me. Commission me. Shameless
He's still
promo.
loading for
Commission me. Oh, it's a big avatar.
It
Not that
is.
big.
152 megabytes?
It's a cute avatar.
Oh,
Though.
are you talking about size?
But anyways, yeah, but we deal
size.
with the whole with the male thing about how we're supposed to, put down our feelings. And the thing is that you have no idea how mentally draining that is. I grew up in that kind
Very
of
much.
environment, and it is not good. Because then you have those habits of being angry at everything. Like, you don't know how to express yourselves because of that.
I release
You
my
can't
anger on everyone on the road.
It's a really
Yeah.
bad thing. I don't like that male stereotype because it really does affect men in the mental state. It's pretty bad. And
It is,
if there's another male stereotype that we have to deal with,
Which was the Chads and Brads of the world.
more like
That.
okay, that's good. That's actually pretty good. Now,
Trust me,
Come on,
there's
Chads
a
and
Brad. Look, there's a Brad that used to work for the company I used to work at, and he was 100% that stereotype. Like 100, he was textbook definition of a Brad, Chad, what do you want to call them? Like, he was like buff, strong, was complete, to be fair. Like, he had anger issues out the, like, it was ridiculous, honestly.
did he had did he wear a tank top all the time? Did he always wear like a plain white t-shirt?
Drinking Monster.
It was
Always drank Monster.
It was at work, so I mean, he had his normal work form uniform. I mean, it was his normal like uniform he had on, but I would probably guess, yes, probably when he's off work, yeah, more likely. He seems, to be fair, in this context, he seems like an abuser. I'm not gonna lie. He has way too much aggression.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, he get like
Okay.
mad at anything. Like, one day we had this electric pallet jack just like get stuck on a pallet, and he just like started like thrusting the thing around until it like worked again.
Was he the
Yeah.
stereotypical employee that's like, oh, if I cover myself and if anybody else messes up, I'll just blame them?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He looked out for himself more than anyone else.
Oh, so he was the suck up.
Yes, but he also is the person
friend.
that would just beat anyone up more than likely. Trust me, like, this is like definition of Brad. Also, he was bald too, so he actually had that going for him.
Did you have the facial hair that you have right now?
No, he was completely like. I was about to say that. I don't know if I can say it on here.
He looks like Mr. Clean.
Whatever. Yeah, he looked like Mr. Clean. I was gonna say something else, but that works. He looked like he looked like Mr. Clean, but with a K.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Oh God.
I gotta go.
Do you need a hug? Do you need some support?
I always need support every day, 24/7.
Okay, so now let's take a step back in the past, okay? Before we discovered who we really are. What kind of stereotypes did you guys have to deal with when you were in school, especially high school?
Oh God!
Okay, I want to
You're
hear.
asking a tall order here, Fiction. That's a while back. You got to remember, I'm an old man.
I'm 26.
So-
I guess I'm considered the old man now.
I've got a few years on you still.
All right, go ahead, Andreas. I want to hear yours.
27, but I can try to remember something.
Because oh my God, I don't know about the three of you. I hated myself in high school. Because I did the whole entire thing where like I came out when I was 12. I knew for a fact where I was just like, oh, I'm some sort of queer. I'm hella gay. So I came out in middle school. So in high school, I lived very much the stereotype of, oh, I'm gay, I'm mean, because every gay person is mean when they first find out. Because that's where all the aggression comes out. And then I was stereotypically like the choir kid, the theater kid, like the very artsy kid when it came to high school. Mm-hmm. However, I did that. So think of it like, how I am like right now, where it's just like, you already know, I love to sing, I love to act, I love all that. But amplify the asshole to like the 10th degree. And that's what you had for me in high school. I hated myself. Like, looking back at it, I was like, how is anyone friends with me? I'm not friends with anyone else in high school now, and I'm like, thank God. But it was, I remember that I was like, you know how I'm like, you'll see like Whiplash and I, and we're like jokingly mean to each other because I love him to death. And how I'm always like, yeah, I can't say anything mean because I don't want this to be 18 plus, take that, but on purpose and to everyone. Mm-hmm. That was me. And
but you really meant it though. You really meant it.
No, I meant it. If I saw a girl and I was like, you look gross and you need new makeup and you look disgusting and terrible and you should go jump off a bridge, that was me. I hated myself.
Ooh. Jesus.
I was mean. I was a mean girl. I was Regina George. I found out luckily. Yes, I found out luckily after like my late junior, like early senior year. I was like, oh, I don't like myself. And so then I started becoming like who I am today, being like, I want to better myself. I want to actually find out things that I'm really into. I got to find out where all of my problems are coming from, which is kind of wrapped around to what you said, because I still don't go to therapy for all of my emotional issues. Because my dad was very into the, oh, you're not supposed to cry because you're a man. Like, you shouldn't show feelings. You know this, know that, no yada, yada, yada. I still don't go to therapy for it, so I am just raw dogging all of my problems. So I'm still an evolving process.
I can understand that. My dad was the same way.
My dad was still the same way too. With me though, guess if you could take a guess of what I was, I'm gonna let Andreas figure this one out. What do you think I was? I was 3 things in high school.
Wait, I want to take a guess.
I want to say that
you were the fat, nerdy kid that was very introverted.
No.
If not the fat nerdy
Good
kid,
guess.
I want to say, if not the fat nerdy kid that had no friends, I want to say that you were actually the sporty kid, specifically because everyone thinks that I'm going to say football. No, you were not the quarterback. You played lacrosse.
I was going to say baseball.
You see, Whiplash was close with one thing, and you were also close to another, Andreas. I was the football quarterback.
God damn! I did not take you as the football kid. I took you as the lacrosse kid.
I also played hockey.
Okay, but hockey's
And-
hockey.
Close.
Yes, it's we. You know what my friends call it? The most aggressive white sport you would ever play. But anyways,
You're not wrong. You're
or
not wrong.
hockey.
It's football.
hockey.
No, I think hockey. No, hockey. Yeah, true hockey is
Oh.
very...
And
Yeah, that is
speaking
pretty
of the
white.
nerd, that is also correct, but I wasn't. I was a jock nerd. But I got along better with the nerds than I did my own jock community.
Understandable. I mean, I was the same way. I got a lot. My high school years, I was definitely the thing is, I was the fat, nerdy kid that was introverted, but I still made friends. I was just very introverted versus the way I am now. Like, if
I
you
was about
saw
to
me
say,
back in
now
high
look at
school,
you.
it's like a total 180 versus what I used to be in high school. Like, just everything, physically, emotionally, and just it's just a complete turnaround, which I'm happy because I was actually never happy with myself in high school, to say the least. It's one of those times where you don't want to remember technically because you just get bad memories from it. But
That's fair.
I mean, it's fun
But I would-
because high school is high school.
I do want to point out one thing about football. When I first started playing football, I was like 12 or 11, but I wasn't a quarterback. I was a defensive end.
I mean, you are a bigger boy.
Yeah.
I did play baseball for 6
Yeah.
years. I just stopped playing.
All right. What about you?
Oh God,
Bikendi?
that's why you dress like a dad. Oh, that's why you dress like a dad. Oh my!
No.
For any of you who don't know how he dresses like in person, he has these pants that's on his model right now, but they're like actual like full pants. And he also has like a red polo, like the one where he like the collar and everything.
Andreas, you're my...
Oh, now. And my quest is freaking out again. But so his pants are like that, like those ones, but actually like full length. And he has like the like the red, like kind of like like I would call it like a golf shirt, like the one with like the collar and everything. God, is that the backstory? Because you played baseball. Every baseball
Are
player
you talking
wears
about
that.
polos?
Yes,
Yeah,
polo
we're
shirts.
polos.
Polo, that's the word it says.
Oh,
Polos.
okay. Now I
Polos
see
are
it.
awesome.
I'm not even
So-
gonna lie about that. Polos and
Andres.
button-ups are comfy, and they look good.
They
too.
are.
You are the stereotype.
I wear polo underwear too because they're comfy. But it's also because I own a
gotta
Corvette
go.
now. I have to be the stereotype. It's just a necessity at this point. It's a must. It's just I have to live it now. So I
We
was just becoming
understand. You're going through a midlife crisis way earlier than you want to. We understand.
Well, hopefully, if it is my midlife crisis, then it won't last too long.
No, because we already know that if you're going, then I'm going.
Okay, Bikendi, I know.
So,
Bikendi, do not go. I know you're an old man, but don't go senile on me, okay? See what I did there?
Oh my god.
Come on, that
I
pun
can't,
wasn't
I
tuna
got-
bad.
Tuna.
Oh my god.
Okay, if
Oh
for
my
anybody
God.
who's listening, who needs
Should
context
add a gun
about
to his avatar, Andreas.
so anybody who wants to get the context of why I just said senile and he said tuna, it's because he's a shark character, and that's the puns. That's where the puns are coming
He's a
from.
big-
That's for the listeners.
He's a big sharky.
I am indeed.
But go ahead.
God damn it.
Oh my God.
He said it, not me. Just want to point that out.
I know Fiction said it. Fiction's more of a dad than I am,
Yeah,
honestly.
no,
I feel like.
I know.
So when
Coltyn,
you
can I go
say
home?
Go ahead.
when you say before who I am now, are we talking before furry? Are we talking before high school graduation? Where are we? Because it
Before
actually
high
matters,
school
because-
graduation.
Okay, so I was actually a furry. I started in the fandom about 15 and a half, and I'm 29 now. So, like I said, I got a few years on you and you. But I was in JROTC in high school. I was part of the Raider team or the Spirits Knights. So if you've ever seen like when during a football game where the ROTC guys will come out and do the push-ups, for how many points get done, I was one of those people. I also was nerdy. I've been working with computers since I was 4. My dad used to work for IBM way back when. I actually wrote a program on punch card, and that's why I learned computers from. So I'm more familiar with older computer tech than newer computer tech.
Okay.
Put them together in one package and you get me. I originally was also very interested in the weather, thought I was going to be a college kid. That didn't happen. I'm, like I said, a fire suppression inspector, so I like work with my hands. I'm a glorified kid now still. I never really grew up. All I do is play with water, walk around, point at stuff, make a bunch of noise, and make a mess, and at the end of the day, it's somebody else's problem. It's a great job, not gonna lie. I love my job. I love my job. But I would do IT stuff in school, and I remember coming out myself personally. I came out during a vacation in Washington, D.C. to my mom, and true to the stereotype, told her, do not tell my dad. Don't tell dad, because, it's just kind of... It wasn't, the cool thing to do, the good thing to be, and kind of afraid, honestly.
Okay. No, I personally never had that problem coming out to my dad about it. He still knows I'm a furry.
And here's the thing is, I can't come out to either of my parents about it because it's seen, even though my friends, like the ones that Andreas, I think actually both of you met them. Even though most of them are gay, it's fine for me to be friends with them, but it's not fine for me to be it. Because obviously, it's religion. God, religion is such a... I'm not getting on that subject. But
yeah,
even though you're older than me, even though you're older than me, but even though you're older than me, I've been in the fandom since 07, and I think that's all thanks to Sonic, which is not false because I used to draw
a Sonic kid.
True, very true.
It was Pokemon for
Sonic.
me.
I used to draw Pokemon and Sonic stuff back in middle school and elementary. When I got to high school, it got a little more. It got a little bit more E621, to say at least.
I was about to say, how much Sonido did you have hiding inside of your phone?
Oh, not on my phone. I actually drew it.
Oh.
I had it. I had so much. I had so much at one point. At so much at one point on my, I had like one of those like really.
Hey, my last phone had 30,000 pictures.
Okay, so I had like one of these like really old like Android phones when I was like a teenager. I think I was like maybe like 13, 14, something like that. I was figuring out hormones. And I had so much Sonido specifically downloaded on my phone. My phone stopped working.
You used to turn your phone with Sonic.
Oh yeah, no, it was full. It was filled, and then at that point, I was like, "Why is my phone running so slow?" And I was like, "I don't know. Maybe it's because you went to sites other than E621 to get those pictures."
So
yeah,
I want to.
Hold on. Before we go anything, I do have to do this right now. So I have to start off with the question of the week. So the question of the week: which people today do you think are being unfairly stereotyped? Leave your answers down in the comments below. I also want to say another thing, and that is subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification bell. The notification bell alerts you with any video that we are doing currently and we uploaded. Another thing, there is a thing called a link tree, and that will also be in the description. And what the link tree does is that it will take you over to a thing of many options. It can lead you to audio podcast episodes, video podcast episodes on YouTube. You can also join the Discord server from Top Dogs. You can also join the Telegram as well. And we also have announcements on there. Furry art submissions, so you can do that. You can also ask Top Dogs questions, and we have a Twitter page, all the social medias you can think of. And even including us. If you want to check it out, You can, but if you don't, Whiplash is going to probably do something.
I hate that you're doing that face. I know exactly what face he's doing. It's
like the video and follow us on our other podcast channels. I'm gonna lick you.
Which one is it?
I'm gonna give you that good mac and cheese sound.
He's doing this face. He's doing this one. He's doing this one.
No.
This one.
It's the only one with the tongue on it.
No, it's not. If you hold all of them down, then you got the cute little blep.
Oh, you do. Oh, whatever. They get the lewd lick.
But yeah.
I know this avatar inside and out. You can't trick me.
All right, guys. You ready for the next question for the stereotype? Do you think that the internet, social media has reduced or increased stereotypes? Oh, you know my answer on this one already.
Without a doubt,
I literally
Yes.
I literally answered this question within the first question.
The first question is basically yes, because of social media and how easy it is to access a lot of things, to get information about many things. Back in the day, you couldn't get that kind of information. It is way more easier to do stereotypes, more so than ever, because of the internet and because of what we can find. It's so easy. And sometimes people think they can get away with it.
Yep,
100%.
it's led to a condition that I call verbal diarrhea. Where the mouth is working faster than the brain can think and compute.
Fiction.
It's true though. It's true.
Can I make a bad joke?
Oh God.
No.
Is it gonna make me crabby?
Is gonna have to be bleeped out?
It's a crab
Coltyn,
joke.
Can I make a bad joke?
No.
Go ahead, it's fine.
Crab joke.
No.
No, I said it's
Andreas?
gonna make me
Because of the
crabby.
internet, you can find out why my dad left.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Ow.
I mean, people call me Daddy Shark. If you're saying ow, a little tip, you shouldn't do it.
We're not talking about the tip.
No, I hit my headset on my desk.
To be fair, Andreas may have maybe his daddy left him when he was small, but he's found a lot of daddies in the bedroom.
Shut up.
I gotta go.
Seriously.
I gotta go.
Stop. Sit your butt down.
I gotta
got
go.
this. Get yourself under control.
I gotta go.
Andres, you better compose
only-
yourself. Whiplash, I will definitely muzzle you.
Muzzle me.
I only say that
You're like
joke
getting
because
Pictures,
my
that sounds
dad.
like fun.
By the way, you're not
I
even
always say
sitting
that
on the
joke.
seat. You're just floating.
Yeah, you're just
I
holding
know
the
that
entire
because
time,
I'm
by the way.
tiny. I'm tiny.
You couldn't even
This is
sit on
Stream sheet, I'm
stream.
tiny.
Yeah, you couldn't even sit on it even if you wanted to.
I
God
know
forbid
it's
it.
because I know it's because I'm tiny.
Yeah. Anyway,
No, the only reason why I say
You're
that
making him
joke
go
is
into
because my
puppy mode.
dad,
But yes.
my real dad.
Compose yourself, Andreas.
It's only because my dad is like a living stereotype on Chilenos.
Oh, I thought he was
Where he's-
about to
where
say
he's-
enchiladas.
No.
Here we go to stereotypes.
I'm trying to stay on topic here.
Go ahead.
No, it's because he's the actual walking stereotype, and you can see it all over social media. Bringing it back, that he is lazy, he does not work, and he cheats. That's why he left.
Oh well, like a math test, huh?
Oh yeah, no, just exactly like a math test, and he left us for a cow. That's what I like to call her, anyways. Anyways, back to the topic.
In
This
terms
is a
of,
therapy session for me.
I also
you're
believe that social
stereotypical.
media, well, with social media that has increased in stereotypes for many people. I also feel like it's increased like different personality that usually you don't see in people. Maybe that should be a stereotype too. You start to show your true colors when you're hiding behind a screen.
Oh,
Your keyboard warriors, if you will.
Yeah,
we know
absolutely.
someone that's just like that. I'm not friends with them anymore.
Oh.
We're talking about the green one.
Yeah, we're talking about the green one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait a minute.
It's like
Only because
Two-Face.
I used to.
You know
Is it-
exactly it is fiction.
I'm gonna
The green
say.
one.
I'm gonna
It's-
say. Wait. I'm gonna say one word. Pepperoni.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
that
one.
one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not
that guy.
pineapple.
I used to be.
Speaking of, so-
I used.
So you guys aren't car enthusiasts at all, but there's a lot of
Yes, I am.
stereotypes in the car communities. Okay, well this one is. You two aren't. You just like Dodge Challengers and
I'm-
Chargers because you have no taste. But
I'm slowly getting into it.
Literally,
I'm
Amy, what do you buy?
slowly getting into it.
what do you
At
have?
least I can afford a Tesla.
48 Ford F1.
Okay, see, this one's definitely a car enthusiast.
Is that what it's like to drive? Is that what it's like to drive a Ford truck?
No,
See, this is
but
before the
still-
F100 and the F150. This is way back when.
It's a regional truck. I was gonna
No,
say
that
though,
would be the Model
like,
T.
That's right. Model T was a truck. That's such
Model
a weird
TT.
concept, though. Oh yeah, the Model 2T. But
Yep.
like, there's stereotypes in the car communities. Like, you have the Mustang stereotype, where all of them like eating crowds because they always spin out into a crowd. You have the Subaru stereotype, Subaru WRX STI. This is the Subaru stereotype, which every single Subaru owner in existence vapes. To be fair,
You
though,
don't
they're
have to
not
come
wrong.
for my brand like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, that's why you want a Subaru. I'm telling you to stay away from
You don't
Subaru
have
too.
to come for my brand like this.
What's the stereotype for Mitsubishi? Or is that pronouncing it right?
No taste in cars, especially since they have literally no taste in cars.
What about
anymore.
Gabe's
producing
car?
them
Whenever I
anymore.
showed you his car,
Which one?
the one he decked out
Wait, when did you show it to me?
long ago. It was a purple one.
Okay, but what was it? Like,
I don't remember the model.
okay, so let me give you this. It was a first, second gen Eclipse or any Evo, then those are good cars. But Mitsubishi now makes nothing like that. They
Yeah.
ruined the Eclipse name. They make a Mirage, which is garbage itself. The only thing that technically looks decent from them is probably the Outback, or what the fuck it's called. Sorry, Outlander. But what was the other stereotype I was talking about? How Corvette owners. This is why I live up to the Corvette owner stereotypes. They have New Balance shoes, white shirts, tucked in jean shorts, Corvette hats. I want to live up to the
And-
stereotype because it's funny.
And let me tell you this.
I don't.
The Corvette owners. Me and Coltyn, we actually went to Costco to pick up some groceries. We saw a guy with a Corvette. It was an old, bald white man. And when I think of you, I think of an old man.
Yep, that's why I said reach the midlife crisis. Most
This is-
Corvette owners, the
is
average
why-
age is over 50.
This is why I'm saying that this is your. This is why when I sent you all the list of cars that I'm looking at, with specifically the Corvette, it's specifically that you're going into a midlife crisis and it's secretly a cry for help. However, you're here for a fun time, not a long time. Tell me I'm wrong.
Exactly. And the same thing
Yeah.
with BMW owners. BMW owners are the ones who never use their turn signal. And it's not their fault, but it's based off because BMW used this stupid little switch on the dash where it's like a normal stick, like little column stick that comes out of the steering wheel column. Fuck, I said that too many times. But
Oh, I know.
you would flip it, and you take a left, like you put on the left turn signal, and it will go back into place. And you could not turn it off unless you actually made that turn. So if you just turn it on, it just stayed on until you
Oh, yeah,
did
no,
enough angle in the steering wheel to turn it off. It was weird.
My mom has one. And I just drove it. No. I'm not getting a BMW.
Yeah, because to be fair,
I'm
I
not
just
one
drove a
thing-
Toyota.
I miss my TRD Camry, but now I have an
I
Affinity. and a Corvette.
love my Camry. I miss my Avalon though. I really miss my Avalon.
It's funny. So I own the TRD Camry, and my parents own the TRD Avalon. Now they got rid of the Avalon, and now they have a Highlander Platinum and a Toyota Tundra. My parents have always been in the Toyota family because they used to own GM cars, but back in the 90s, GM was technically they're still not the best, but the Corvette's probably the best thing they make because that's their Halo car. So it gets the best of everything.
Yeah, there's a story not for that, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So,
All right, let's continue.
on to the next question. On to the next question. So,
Period.
we already talked about half of this question, though. So, the whole question is, what are some stereotypes that of men and women? We already said half of one. Now, in terms of women, I cannot speak for them because I'm very bad with women.
So one thing
Me
I
too.
do know that women get stereotyped as, there are certain careers, not indirectly as women, but they get stereotyped as it's a quote unquote woman's job when it's really not anymore. There are things such
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about. Cooks.
I don't want to name it the obvious one.
There's but it's
I heard it just
I'm sorry?
like a.
that was my
Well, I heard
boyfriend
that-
chiming out who works in medical. He goes, my job. He works in the hospital.
All
So
I heard was
yeah.
just straight up like a. I was like,
No, it was not. It was not that. You would know.
God.
I'm just saying what I think I'm hearing, which is.
Oh my god, Andreas. Oh my god.
I'm
no.
sorry that I'm sorry that I'm way too good at it. I'm sorry that I'm way too
I
good
just
at
want
it.
to point out I've been the most tame here.
To be fair, yeah.
I told
And
you not to
that's
set the goddamn tip.
saying- I'll give you 2, and that's saying something considering me.
Oh god.
Yes.
Not
I
the
have
shark
no
thing.
idea what you're talking about.
You good? Don't know.
You don't.
Don't
I'll
know.
tell you
Don't
about
know.
it later.
Well, okay.
I can show you later on Telegram, Andreas.
Oh no.
Okay, let me ask you
Period.
something. Let me ask you something. Just to give you an idea, this is when I said just a tip. So, you ever seen Equals 3? Long time ago on YouTube?
I don't think so.
He used to always have this thing, like, where he says, just a tip. And he's looking down.
One of you three are gonna have to send.
We need to enlighten Andreas to internet culture.
I'm sorry that I am just I'm dumb boy.
100%.
I'm
But
sorry, I'm
anyways,
just dumb boy.
let's go back to the subject of the stereotype with women. Since we already answered us, which is easy, but it's kind of hard to really think about women without being a woman yourself. You know?
To be fair, in
I
Hollywood
can't-
culture, fix your mic. Also, in Hollywood culture, I feel like the stereotype for women, especially there, is you need to be skinnier than a Slim Jim and look completely
Barbie?
a 10 out of 10. Yeah, look like a Barbie pretty much. To do
Barbie is
anything
probably
in
the way to
Hollywood.
describe it.
Yeah, like you have
Yeah.
to be
In general,
completely 10 out
Blonde,
of 10.
blue eyes.
Exactly.
What do you
I
want
was
to
about-
be?
I was-
Part of the old Germany or something? Jesus.
See, I was about to say Hitler's fantasy, but I kept myself calm.
I didn't say his name.
It's
Well, you just had to say Germany.
I had to say old Germany.
Yeah, well, I said it now. But no, that's
this
true,
is why
though.
we
I'm not saying it.
this is why we
But
can't
it
be
is,
in
like,
public
realistic.
together.
Yes, we can. But it's realistic, though, because that's what most of America thinks of. Usually, okay, here it is. Like, especially in Hollywood, especially in California, you have to look like a Barbie doll. In the South, they think all women are just obese, fat, all that crap with the Southern charm. Like,
From
you know
Oklahoma,
this. You live in Tennessee.
Yes. From Oklahoma,
You've seen
yes.
my mother.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's what I'm
You
saying.
also
your
seen
mom's
my
not part of the
mother.
Stereotype.
I have. I don't
She
know
is
your
from the
mother,
South,
but I've
too.
seen your mother.
But your mom's also not part of the stereotype. That's what I'm saying. Is we're from the South. Our moms are not like that. But it's just something people think of. Or, they think of good food, which, to be fair, the South does make good food. Or they
Oh, yeah,
think
good
of
chicken.
the other thing.
Absolutely.
Or how they think that all Southerners are racist, to say the least, which is not true.
Yeah. No,
I grew
not
up in the South.
everybody down here is.
I don't
I
even
grew up in
really
the
see
South.
that for that reason. But I do like the good stereotype that we do make good food. Yes, our food is very fatty. So keep
Very
in
much
mind.
so.
Good.
Good barbecue, Hispanic food, all kinds of things down here.
Oh yeah.
Okay, look, I'm
I
not
don't
gonna make fun
know.
of New York, but I can't remember. I think it was like some New York restaurants advertising like barbecue food, and like they had pictures of it, and it looked so pitiful. It looked so. It looked like a first grader.
You also gotta remember that you're in New
I
York.
went to I made the mistake of going to a barbecue joint in Vegas. Not on the strip. This is like a little bit off in Vegas and stuff like that. Their version of barbecue was to give me a little bit of, like, I guess, pulled pork on a sandwich, and then a whole load of fried onion rings that were 3 times the size of the amount of meat they gave me, and then the bun. I'm like, what is this?
I want
nonsense?
the meat.
I want the meat. I came here for barbecue, not for onion rings.
Oh yeah, another thing. I remember. I know what you're talking about because I've already been here once. So yeah, I'm like, people who make barbecue up in the north of restaurants, please take a trip to Texas. You'll learn a whole lot more from them.
And while you're there,
Very much so.
learn how to make sweet tea.
Oh yes, that was the other thing I was going to point out. I went to McDonald's and I went to get sweet tea with Coltyn, and I was like, "This is not sweet tea, the one I remember. This is different."
Right?
I was like, "What is
It's
this?"
like, I want to feel. I want you to dump the entire sugar thing into the tea.
See, they have. Wait, are you saying they have sweet tea up in Washington D.C.? I swore when I went up there before they didn't have it, because when I went to Colorado they didn't have it. And that
Yeah,
you're not that much northern of a state. You're not that much northern of a state. How do you not have sweet tea? You're like in the middle.
I don't know. We're not
They've
known
got other
for it. I'm
things.
sorry. We're known for
fair,
our
they have
mountain
them.
pie. There we go. We're known for our mountain pies, and we're known for smoke weed every day. We're known for come up and
mountain
visit, and
cream
you'll-
pies.
We're known for. You still haven't had one, which is I'm gonna give you one the next time you visit. We're
Wait,
known
what?
for mountain pies.
Mountain
Yeah.
pies.
I'm
I like a
honestly
chef.
confused. What is that?
I said
So
sorry.
a mountain pie.
this.
Okay. Like the best way that I can really describe it, where it's obviously like a pizza, but like the crust is like thick. It's like it's like your ass thick. It's
So are we talking like deep dish thick? We talking hand tossed thick? Are we talking like
it's like
what type of
it's like a
thick we
mix of-
talking?
It's like a mix
There's a
of
lot of
both.
thick
That's
in
the
this.
thing.
There is.
You guys
I
like
was
it
like, I would,
thick.
Thick.
I was like, I
The
would,
thick
I would,
one.
like, I would pull it up, but like, because I don't know entirely, like, no, I haven't made like a mountain pie before, but like the best way I can describe it is like it's thick and like there's like a good chunk of like toppings on it, and of course you can get it in any sort of way, and then once you
Is
finish
it very
eating
filling?
it, you drizzle. Yes.
Is that
Lots of
thing
meat
very
on it?
filling?
Oh, absolutely.
So it's pretty much a shepherd's pie.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
That's what I'm understanding
depending on if you want it, depending on if you want it to be built like that, then yes. But then, like, once you finish the whole entire pizza and everything, you drizzle like honey on the crust itself, and then you take a bite out. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. I have to show. This is the one reason where I was like, okay, because Whip comes to visit me like every once in a while because he likes going to Foxtrot. Which the next one is in February. Are you still coming over in February? We can answer that later.
Jobs first.
I like my yes, but yes, job first. But if that's the case, then I'm getting my driver's license by like February, so in that way I can drive him over to my hometown to go to Bojo's to have a mountain pie, because oh my god, they're so good. The only thing that I'm worried about is that you're picky. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
That's fair. He is a very picky eater. He wasn't at the Korean barbecue place, which is also good barbecue as well.
Yes.
Which you can have it with
barbecue
just
is too
pepperoni,
good,
which is
makes you
basic, but it'll
sleepy.
work.
Gives me the
Okay.
ices. Korean barbecue gives me the ices.
We can talk about Korean barbecue later and more barbecue stuff later. I got to move on to the next question. So, do you think movies do a good job of portraying different cultures or people, or do you think they rely solely on stereotypes portrayed in the news and social media?
I feel like
I
they're
feel
getting better, but they still
Yeah, I'm
do a
gonna
good
say
job.
they're getting better,
have
but
been
they're
getting better. Yes.
They have been better, but they've in the past they've definitely went for more of the stereotypical person in their movies, to
Yes,
say at least.
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that they are taking down that road, especially in the media and Hollywood, especially.
Ooh, you know
Especially
the worst?
Hollywood.
You know the worst genre of movies is horror movies because they always use the same tropes in the movies.
Yep.
They do. They really
have
do.
They honestly do.
Hot girlfriend.
Because if we were to go based on the stereotype, based on this group that we have, Andres would be the first one to die because the.
Wait. Okay, fiction. Wait. I'm gonna go.
You swear too much.
I'm gonna go based on like horror movie stereotypes. You have to be black to die first because the black person always dies first for some reason.
Don't say that.
I'm not lying. It's true.
The thing is that it's true though.
It is.
It is.
I
Like
hate to
legit.
say it's
But here's the thing is, in a real life situation, the black person be the one to be alive because
runs
they never
away.
get themselves.
They would never
find themselves in
way.
this situation. Yes, I know that.
They would be going the opposite way immediately.
You'd be like, get some out.
If you were to pull in these paranormal crap or ghosts, no, don't expect them to stay.
But I was saying,
White
if
people,
horror movies
we
can be
like
right,
to put
it's gonna be
ourselves
white.
in
It's gonna
danger
be
because
fully
we
white
think
people.
it's fun.
Yes, we do. And I mean, that's why it's, tornado siren, go outside and get a 12-pack and go watch for funnels and talk to the neighbors.
Or watch white people go out in the middle of a hurricane and fly the American flag.
I don't even want to talk about white people in Florida. There's something else.
Absolutely.
They
I'm
are.
sorry, I was talking about Oklahoma here.
I don't know. I'm talking about white people in
They're-
Florida. Those
they're a
guys are
different
something
group here.
else.
Oh god.
They are. a
Yes,
different
they
group.
are.
They really are.
Must be something in the water or something like that.
Are they turning the freaking
Must
frogs
be.
gay?
Stop.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm
don't know
gonna
the
move on to
question.
the next question because have you ever met
Yes,
someone
Dad.
who did fit the stereotype you had in mind? Do you find the stereotypes to be helpful in that case? Who are we looking at?
I mean, you think I say water weird?
Hey,
so.
listen. Hey, listen. Hey, listen.
Okay, you know what?
I
said
Wait,
that
hold
I
on,
was
hold your thought. Okay, Whiplash. Okay, how do you say it? Pecan or pecan?
Pecan? I mean, I say it either way sometimes. It comes out either way. I normally
How
say
do you say it,
pecan.
Bikendi?
Pecan.
Pecan, unless it's a pie.
I
then
say
pecan
I
pie.
am from the south, so I say pecan.
How do you say old?
I mean, like I
Oh
said,
my
mine
God.
switches around.
Old.
Old?
old.
Old.
I mean, old.
Let me take the hick out of it. Oil. There we go. Now pronounce it correct
Oil.
way.
Oil. Sounds like oil.
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 Well, here's the thing is,
you
I was born in the
saying?
South, right? I was born in the South in a very small town.
I do not consider
But-
Florida, like in the south of Florida, the South. It's usually northern Florida.
I was
Oh,
in
you
northern
are in
Florida.
there.
Yeah, I'm 40 miles away from the Alabama border. I'm born in the southern part of Florida. I don't have the southern accent though. That's the thing. Like I don't have it, which is so funny to play with people because they always think I'm like from the Midwest or something, which I don't know why.
I mean, that's
Or
fair.
California, which nah.
But does it
honestly
help in
wouldn't.
any case how
I can
we
hear a
just
little
display
bit of
our
a southern
stereotypes?
accent in your voice.
Me?
You can hear the accent.
Oh, him.
Whiplash. I can hear a little bit of it.
Whiplash.
I'm sorry. Say that name one more time.
Don't you make fun of me twanging my vowels.
Whiplash.
Whiplash.
I make
Okay,
more fun of
Whiplash.
him of his water. The way he says water.
Yeah,
Water.
water.
My boyfriend goes, water.
Is your boyfriend Dutch too?
I hear him say no in the background.
Wash.
Worcestershire. I usually say Worcestershire. Worcestershire. Worcestershire.
That's where it comes out. That's
Okay,
where
let
it
me
comes
ask you
out.
this. I'm gonna ask this stereotype with Andreas. So Andreas, I know you like to cook.
Yes.
You like to put.
Cook
Do you like to put
turkeys.
red and green chili on everything you cook?
No, actually, I put in a lot more different spices than red and green chili because red and green chili only makes it mild.
True, but I like red and green chili.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's still spicy.
Yeah, for someone like you.
Damn.
You understand?
Okay, you know what?
I feel like if you're born with any sort of like Latino like in you in general, your spice level is already increased by like 30%.
I have a
Absolutely.
I have a boyfriend that is Latino. And the thing is, though, I was already used to his kind of spicy. I ate habaneros whole. I can eat the whole thing whole. I even did the spicy chip challenge, and you know what? Everybody else was already giving up, and here I am. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Coltyn.
I mean, but Coltyn, look at him. It's a soft, subtle boy.
You saw the video, Andreas. How I handled that shit better than they did. I said it was hot.
Yeah,
I wasn't denying that.
Wait, hold on. Was it you or was it Coltyn that decided to drink water right after?
No, that was our friend Gabe.
Oh, I was about to say, I feel like if
Coltyn didn't touch water yet.
Because I was like, it was one of you two. I don't remember. And so it was like, water,
it was our friend
water.
Gabe.
And I was like, okay, this is, and that's where I was like, it's a sin. It's a sin to drink water right after having a spicy thing because water amplifies the spice.
No, our friend Gabe drank water first.
That's why I drink soda.
That's why as soon as I literally...
Here's the thing. Let me give you a little bit more context. When we did that spicy chip challenge, they didn't even have milk to begin with. They didn't even have Pepto-Bismol.
Would care to explain?
That wasn't even his house. That was our friend's house. But anyways.
Oh, well then never mind. You're off the hook then. Slightly.
Slightly.
But anyways,
But
yes,
no,
I can handle my spice more than you think I can. So you assumed wronged about me.
Yeah, but it's still red and green peppers, which is like the most mild.
Let me tell you something.
Andreas,
if you
Southerners
give
do
me
use a lot of peppers, they use a lot of spices.
They do. My dad is one example. If you were to give me the hottest sauce that you have in your house right now, I would literally dip my Takis in. I would dip 2 Takis in there and eat it.
Only 2?
His house or my house?
I can eat more than that if you want me to.
So I will say this: I can't go too high in the spice range, but Crescentia and Bird, they both can inhale the spice like it's nothing. Like it's just normal cereal breakfast. Yeah, they can take it like
we have a ghost pepper plant in the garage right now that's got tons of peppers on. We make our own homemade hot sauce.
Okay, I need to try that sometime.
We make good hot sauce.
All right, and we're gonna start off with the last question. Okay, are there any stereotypes that are good, or should just be avoided entirely? No, I think there is some good stereotypes. I don't care. I bet Andreas makes some really good spicy food. I really want to try it.
Thank you, because I do. I would just have to whip something up first, because again, I hate cooking for myself. I'd have to know in advance you're coming over for me to cook.
Southerners are good. Southerners are good cooks too. Which this, honestly, whenever I move up there, I want to cook some good dumplings for you and some cornbread cake.
I love cornbread.
I already have it. In the list of budget for
Another thing about Southerners that we're more hospitable to others.
Mm-hmm.
Which Northerners seem to be true.
Northern people are rude as hell. No offense, Coltyn.
God, don't get me started.
But he's
I
from
know
Atlanta.
you're from New York. No, he's from New York.
Wait. You weren't born in Atlanta?
Yeah,
he's originally from New York.
17 years.
Nah, he comes from the land of I'm walking here.
Not the city.
No wonder why he's walking stereotypes.
Not the city. The city. No, New York City is different.
Northern New York.
Northern New York. I'm saying New York City was something else. New York City is its own breed.
Where you were born.
I know. Thank you. It was pretty abysmal.
You could have been born a little bit more in the South, and you would have been okay.
Yeah, I know.
That's no wonder you keep saying this is your first time.
Yeah, thank you.
Wait,
my God.
So, Andreas, I have a question for you.
Comment.
So, since you've met Bird, right?
Yeah.
Where do you think he was born at?
Oh, with Bird?
Yeah, where do you think Bird was?
I don't. Is it bad that I want to say
Bird?
Ohio?
No, he wasn't born in Ohio.
Is it bad?
actually
I wanted to
born-
guess Ohio. Oh, he's
he's one
of
my
Whitney's
IRL
friends.
friends.
Okay.
I think you met him at BLC or not BLC, but FWA.
I have
You might
not-
just like-
Oh my god, I gotta stop playing around with the.
Was he in
there
the
we
room
go.
when you came in there? I can't remember if he was in the room when you came in. I don't know, but no, he was born in Maryland.
He was
Actually,
not in the room.
He was born in Maryland.
yeah.
Oh, that's where. me and
But
Coltyn
if
live.
you talk to him, he has such a southern accent. You would never have guessed. He moved from Maryland to Alabama. Now
I like
he
how your
lives where I
guess was
live.
Ohio. We don't talk about
I mean,
Ohio.
to be fair, you can pick up accents from the local dialect around you.
It is true.
I bet if there was a chance, like if Andreas was to live in the UK, he would probably sound like a British drag queen.
Probably.
Oh, like if he's
I
been
can
there
see
for
that.
years.
I can see that.
bit British. Hold on.
A little bit British.
Hold on. Give me like 2 seconds. Where is it
Okay,
coming
I'll
in
focus
from?
it on. I will say this then. Of course, since we're on the topic of British, I don't know many stereotypes besides obviously tea and crooked teeth. Those are the only
Like
two I know.
UK.
The queen or king with nobility. There's that.
True.
Really.
True.
Yep.
True.
By the way, British people
Strict as driving.
they are really bad with like profanity, but Australia just takes the cake. They do not care. They'll say whatever they want to say.
Look, I'm just gonna
It
say this,
depends
I
on the
love the way
pedigree of
Australians.
person you're talking to.
That's
This
true.
is what Coltyn said to me in terms of Australian
I'm still
people
gonna say
when
it.
it comes to. I know you're going to say it, but I'm going to say this. When Coltyn told me when he went to Australia, he says the people there is that they will swear everything. They'll say any word you could put it, and they'll still say it. The thing is that what he told me in their society is that, hey, if we're cursing you out and we're giving you crap, we like you. But if we're being nice to you, that's not a good thing. That's the
Yeah.
weird part. If I'm
Interesting.
correct on that,
That's true.
Coltyn, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, that's correct. Yeah, no. If a group of friends are nice to each other, they're not friends. They're just colleagues.
Look, I just love the way that Australians say the word and. All right, I'm just sorry. That's the best thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I envy them. I envy how they swear so much.
Wait, I have a video to send you three. I have a video to send you three on TikTok. It was two Australian couples just driving their car, and a green snake just came out of the front of their grill, like on their hood.
I know the video you're talking about. Yes,
Oh
it's
my
pretty
God.
good. It's good.
It is. It's so Australian. I love it.
I'm excited.
The thing is, they say that word, the C word, more often than they do the F word.
Yeah, but to be fair though, like just a part of their language. Like they use it on like normal term of like. They don't
You
use it like on a normal basis.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna stop you there for a moment.
whatever.
You two got to keep in mind that this boy has to edit a lot of videos.
You gotta. He's gonna have to have like a screaming goat or something every single time that you say it.
I mean, to be
Oh,
fair,
no,
with
no,
skilled trades,
no, I'm so
just
sorry.
whenever you need to do something for a very, very small measurement, we literally just use the term just to. So, I mean,
Exactly.
Oh my
like
god.
I said, it's
Okay,
the
you know
pedigree.
what?
Wait, no.
I'm so sorry.
Anyways,
I'm so
Coltyn,
sorry.
I love you.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Oh, come on.
Thank you, Whip.
We love you, Cold.
By the way, you guys are not living with him. I have to deal with him if I say things.
Oh, if I lived with you both, you'd be hearing it every day.
I'm sorry.
Especially this
Do you
one.
wanna
I live
drag
with
him one
him.
more
He's gonna
time?
hear me say it so much.
But no, we're going to end it right here. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. We'll see you guys next week. But also, I want you to keep in mind about one more thing. Next week is our last episode, and we're going to be taking the holiday weeks off. And we'll see you guys on January 8th on Sunday.
Stage awesome. Y'all are fantastic. It's dolphinly the honest tooth.
I
we're
am
done
going
here.
to leave.
That's a wrap.
It's time to head out. It's time to head out. After hearing that shit.
Wow. Wow.
Oh my god. Okay, one second. Let me move
There's
this.
a lot of
Very
things you had to
impressive.
edit out now.
Oh, that's
It
fine.
wasn't even my
guys.
fault this time.
No, it's fine.
Goodbye.
It was
I about to
fun.
say Colton should expect that with me, but especially with me and him.
No.
I'm sorry that I'm
Also,
terrible
damn
and that I'm
stranger.
horrible.
Hey, Hey.
Oh,
I'm
Bikendi.
getting Korean barbecue when I come see you.
What noise do you want for
You.
your
Hello.
bleep?
What?
What noise do you want for your bleep?
Hold on, I'm taking
gonna-
off my
when we
personal
meet
mirror.
at-
Hold
You
on.
can go with multiple different ones. There's the
Hello.
dolphin one.
Oh, you want a
I'm gonna-
dolphin? I'll go with a dolphin. Dolphin's actually a good one.
dolphin's
Dolphin's a good one. I like the dolphin. That's a good one.
Okay.
That's a good one,
I
actually.
guess mine's a sheep, isn't it? Or
Yours
mine's
is
a
a sheep.
goat, isn't it?
Calm
Yours is a
yourself.
sheep. It's
You
a
better
sheep.
calm yourself. You understand me?
Yeah,
The sheep.
it's a sheep.
No.
Yeah, it's a sheep. Yeah, it's a sheep.
You brat.
Fiction, you've got a nice ass, and you're showing it off to everybody else. Just want to point that out as you're talking to him about being a brat.
Everybody always like to comment my
Because I
ass.
am.
Because you've got a
my
good
ass.
ass.
That's just
Yeah, he
realistic,
doesn't
though.
want
In real life?
Commission me.